These things are extremely common for a student to do when they're trying to pull away from the side of the road. In 23 years, I've noticed this so much. So let's just say that the student pulls up on the left on their driving test or their mock test or their driving lesson, and there's something a little bit harder to it than usual. So it's either a hill start or an angle start when they need to go behind a car and then pull away, or it's a really busy pull up and there's cars absolutely everywhere. So one of the first things that happen in these times where there's a little bit more distraction, a little bit more on their mind, it's very common for the student to forget their blind spot. So example, let's just say the student's pulled up on a massive hill to display their hill start. The student is so worried about rolling back because they know it's a fail on their test if they roll back a significant amount. So they're so into that they don't want to stall, they don't want to roll backwards, that they literally just forget about their observations completely. They get everything ready and then they literally release the handbrake and go forward when there's cars like coming in their thousands. Yeah, they just don't check it. Yeah. Driving instructors know what I'm talking about, right? Let's just say they are pulled up behind a parked car and they're trying to show off their clutch control to come out. So for their angle start, because they're so in that and they're like worried about their clutch control or they're worried about oncoming people, again, blind spot. A lot of the time, just flipping missing, yeah? I mean, what happens if there's something in your blind spot? Yeah, in my blind spot, there's a car there. I mean, what happens if he was coming off the driveway and I had my music on? I wouldn't have a clue. What happens if there was something silent like a runner or a push bike? Yeah, really important. You know, it's just so important to check. Yeah, you've got to check. Your blind spot is called a blind spot because it's not covered in your mirrors. Yeah, really, really important. I've literally taught a deaf person how to drive before, and she can't hear. Do you see what I mean? You've got to check these things. Yeah. Pulling up on the left, if it's really, really busy, then the distraction of it being busy, yes, the student may be checking the mirrors and everything, but they're waiting for absolutely ages. And then finally, when they find a gap, they just release the handbrake and go without checking the blind spot. Again, so common. Another thing that can happen just quickly with the 30 seconds that I've got left is that the student, if they don't pull up on the left and reset the car handbrake neutral signal, it can be that they pull off in the wrong gear or they're not even in gear at all. That happens a lot. I'm running out of time for explaining that one, but I've made videos about that on YouTube. I strongly suggest that when you stop that you go handbrake neutral signal and then you prepare, observe, move to pull away again. More on my YouTube about that.